Hello, and welcome back to Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. Today I have even more quests that have been unlocked recently. I'm still uncertain which to focus, but... Ooh, Gormagala is fun. All these harvest tours are taunting me. But my assumption is this one's necessary, but I want to start with an actual large monster hunt, so... I think I was thinking these two were the most likely because they have a location-based name. Like, the Killer of Arctic Ridge might have been necessary. Dune, Verdant Hills. So I'm wondering if those are... basically any location-specific names are suspicious. I'm going to start with the Verdant Hills, and I'm going to see how it goes. Let's let it play. Yeah, let's let it play. You really shouldn't be throwing your food in the air like that when you're on the edge of an airship. Sorry. That's the sketchiest cooking platform I've ever seen. Like... you can barely see it, but it's like... the steam engine is kind of sticking off a bit, and it's kind of... there's no way I would trust that. Of course, cats are immortal, so they're fine. Oh wait, I'm not gonna have a map. Okay, I know where I am. My thought is Zone 9 has a good Yankutku spawn chance based on basically just Yangaruga and one other case of Yankutku. Yep. For a second there I thought I hit one of the Mealinxes with the paintball. These mounts are so... ah, yes. Because I'm slightly too close to a wall, I can't mount the monster. I really hope that doesn't reset the mounting, because that's frustrating. It definitely did reset the mounting, because I've had that happen once before, but... okay, that looks like it did not reset the mount. Because it built up way too quickly there if it had reset. That's good. It is a frustrating, like, additional, like, obnoxious factor of this game. The fact that you already have to worry about the positioning of the monsters just because of zone changes. Okay, too slow to turn. I'm just gonna sit here. I thought it would actually attack me in a way that would be dangerous, but it didn't. It only did a quarter turn there. Normally that attack is a full 180. What is it doing? This is why I hate a lot of monsters in this game. They will just run past you for no reason. Oh, lovely. What a mechanic. I know there's food you can consume to prevent the flinch from monsters, but like, what a worthless mechanic to have in a game when you can't even see the monster. What is it doing? Is it running away? If it... Okay, good. It is at least leaving. That's fine. It's at least flying away. If it didn't fly away, I would have been very frustrated. Shoot. I guess they must use the same skeleton or moveset or whatever between the two of them, with the charges being so similar. It's also goofy that it ran to the south side of Zone 9 to go to Zone 3 instead of just running directly to Zone 3. Okay. I feel like Gypceros might be one of the worst... One of the worst. Not worst, necessarily. Secondary monsters. Just because of the flash stun component. Because that flash stun's such a big AoE, and if you're not looking at them, they will stun you. It is dead. I actually haven't checked Kutku armor. I know the Jaggy armor gives attack. I know base... I think low rank Kutku gives attack up. So it might be worth considering as an option. Considering the number of times I've had to fight it already. Yeah, I did not remember that animation. Didn't know it could do it, I guess, directly out of a charge. I can't really hunt it over there. Like, I can't hunt it there either. Oh, it's leaving. Good. Could be going anywhere. Down, over, up. I wonder if there's a way to change... that the Monster Hunter games could change the low rank, high rank formula. Like, I kind of wonder if there'd be a way to make it less of a, oh, you just started high rank. That is a bad hitbox. I was clearly on the right of it and it wouldn't have hit me in that way, but whatever. Like, whether they could set up a not repeating the exact same monsters in high rank again. Like, whether there's some way to make it more... less repetitive. Like, I do like the fairly large... I love this game. I do like the large gap between low and high rank. Like, the fact that it's not just a smooth transition, necessarily. I hate this game. How does that give me a stun? I hate that the monsters can ignore trees, and then I try to mount, and then, oh, because they can ignore trees, you get a failed mount. This is why I don't like Gypceros. The running everywhere. Like, other than the running, it's fun. It's a good monster. But, like, what is he running over there for? To shoot a poison blob at me? He could just run at me right in front of him, like... It's just... not a fun fight because of how it behaves. Like a Gypceros that didn't constantly dash halfway across a zone might be fun. Or a Gypceros that actually charged at the hunter and not at random other stuff that where there's nothing, just to reposition to shoot a poison blob. Okay, it's good to properly learn that you can't start attacking very quickly in the middle of that. And it, like, if instead of blocking that, you know, mounted counterattack, whatever it's called, initially, if I just kept attacking, it probably would have been better. It's good to know that there's momentum. And it's hard to transition from defending to attacking in a way that would make it useful. Like, if you start defending, you have to stick with it till the end. Otherwise, you can't really do anything. I'm... These are the moments where zone transitions no longer existing are the best. The moments where the monsters are constantly charging at the zones. If you have to wait till it moves away. Those are the most important times. It's actually somehow not the loading screens, in my opinion. It's actually just the monster camping around those occasionally. The loading screens aren't great, but... Kickback. I need to learn to kick back, because then I can do that sarcastically as I'm waiting for the monster to fly away after it's been in one place for 30 seconds. it's kind of interesting that breaking the, I'm gonna call it a striker. Breaking the striker, oh, it swings way more times than I thought. I thought it only swung 2 or 3. Breaking the striker doesn't instantly trigger a... I'm just getting chained. Breaking the striker doesn't instantly trigger the fake death. Rude. It is important to properly learn that the poison attack is often instantly followed up by a charge, which is kind of tedious, but also it seems like you can, if you're mounted and you're blocking, you can choose, if you interrupt the block by initiating the attacks without letting go of the button, that works better than the alternative. Move. I'm surprised it's not tired yet. Well, it should be, but like it's still very quick. Despite the fact that it's probably at that tired state where it's falling over like this. I think Gypteros is a little bit better than Royal Ludroth. But I hate Royal Ludroth. It just moves too much, it slides, it's big, it rolls sideways. This one only has the charging constantly that's obnoxious. A little bit better. I got some sort of crown. Oh, it's just this guy. Okay. Nothing useful from him. So I'm gonna do a mining quest, which means Prowler. I am gonna ignore this guy forever. Until like G rank, maybe? Or until a point in high rank where I feel like I actually want to farm Deviants. I'm just leaving that for now. Extra gathering? Sure. Comet rocks are actually very common from my previous mining experience, so it shouldn't be too bad. Especially with extra gathers. You would never start a hunt here. That's total nonsense. Like, you would never start the hunt here. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, it's not surprising if the comet stuff is not in a cave. But I need to mine anyway, so... Like, why would the hunt start here? Oh, I guess you can get comet rock in a cave. But like... It's sort of like, oh, you start in a random place to hunt, but why would the random place you start... Oh, nope, I don't want to go here. Why would the random place that you start the hunt be in a cave when, at least in theory, the hunt, you get dropped off from the airship? Somehow. Maybe you fall off, whatever, but you can't fall off an airship into a cave like that. It could be justified, like, you land outside the cave and the only path to anywhere leads you deeper into the cave and then back out, but... Wrong button. 2 more. It's just a silly image to me. I wonder what the... Maybe it was explained in flavor text why you start these high rank hunts in random locations. But it's just kind of hard to picture. I can't go to 3. If I go down, I can't go across to the left. I have to go around the long way. Which the long way is not actually that much longer. Like, how out of control are these expeditions that you can't just start with supplies? Like, oh wait, what's down here? Like, you travel to these areas via a ship that will be visible when we're leaving. And either every single time you fall out of the ship in a random spot, or you start here, run somewhere, realize you forgot, like, it's... You get here via ship. Why would you not have supplies with you if you get here via a ship? I know it's looking at real logic to justify a game mechanic, but even just a silly gag of like, yep, you just keep falling off the boat. Like, it's your own fault would be enough. Oh, easy exploration. Got more carbolite, which I think is something I want. Just an iron hand. Oh wait, I wanted to sell that. Whoops, too late. Nothing unlocked. Now it's time for another location quest. This one will be Baroth and Daimyo Hermitor. Baroth and Daimyo Hermitor are kind of interesting. Baroth is not, but at least aesthetically, I kind of like the change. Like, I like what Baroth used to look like more than what it looks like in newer games. Because of the clear visuals. Didn't expect that. Quick Sheath would be a blessing here. I'd very much enjoy if I had Quick Sheath when fighting a Daimyo Hermitor. One, two, thump. Kind of wonder how effective stabbing a knife into a giant bone that I assume isn't, you know, part of their body in this context, because they're hermit crabs, so they would be... And what is it? Oh no, the Lao Shen Lung monster is not a Hermitor, it's a tall creature. This is a Monoblos skull? Or something like that? Okay, just, I'm out of stamina because of the water. I think this is one of the most annoying status effects. I know you can clear it with like null berries and stuff, but it's definitely one of the more annoying statuses. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry. What was that movement? Excuse me, sorry. Apologies. I can cut the entire audio out for segments where I have to sneeze, but it just kind of... Oh, wait. It just messes with the audio for that section. And it then takes a few hours for it to properly re-render. Unless there's easier ways to do it, but... I think Daimyo Hermitor would be insufferable as anything but aerial. Just because aerial lets you jump through so many of its attacks. That definitely did not hit me unless the arms going up. Except for the fact that it's the water that's applied to me, and if the arms had hit me, I would have been iframed for the water. The fact that the water hit me there is kind of nonsense. Oh, I haven't seen that. That's cool. High rank modification. I definitely should bring nullberries for Daimyo Hermitor. I think without nullberries it's insufferable. I'm not sharpening because it's almost dead, so I'll sharpen after. Not that I really need to preserve whetstones, but he didn't get hit. Still don't understand how this mounted attack is very effective, but just stabbing a bone structure that isn't actually even the monster's own bone, because I mean, it doesn't have bones. Kind of an interesting looking break pattern. Did I use this many mega potions, or have I already consumed all of them? And I need to craft more. Oh, actually I can craft my max potions pretty soon. Have the supplies not arrived yet? They haven't. The fact that I can hunt a whole monster before the supplies even arrive is kind of annoying. I mean, it's probably intentional. Oh, don't bother with these supplies unless you're desperate, but just let people use supplies. It was a hunt-a-thon? No. So the Baroth should be alive already, I would think. Hunt-a-thons, they spawn later, but I think sometimes or always they spawn before the first one's actually dead. Though sometimes it seems like they spawn only after the first one's corpse despawns. If it's not in Zone 5, then I don't think it's anywhere. It just hasn't spawned yet, maybe? Where could it be? I guess it could have shown up in Zone 3 while I was fighting in Zone 1. It's not going to be in 9, 6, 11. It's not going to be in those, I really hope. This is the gameplay everyone craves. Forgot about the balloon, but also I forgot because I haven't seen it. I haven't been looking for it though. Still no supplies provided yet. Still kind of goofy. Oh, lovely. Why is it? It must have been in zone 3. But if it's going in this direction, it's going to zone 2? I'll check 3 because I'm here. But, like, the direction it was going would suggest the base, but it can't be at the base, so it has to be zone 2. Yep. It must have spawned at zone 3 after I was while I was fighting in zone 1. And then moved to zone 1. Or it could have been zone 4 after I checked zone 4. Probably don't really need to paintball a Barroth. Because it's not going to swim anywhere, right? Like, the one thing I like... I don't like the color being so orange on Barroth in this, but... I like the mud being like a... It might not be mud in this game. But like the caked on rock and mud is, I think, a little better in this game. Or the difference between it and the rest of its body, I think, is preferable. Don't you dare. Thank you. Like, clearing off the caked on rock / mud is fun. It wasn't as noticeable, at least, in Rise for me. That's fine. I got the reload. That was a weird surface. Yeah, any downhill dive and roll is kind of messed up, huh? Because you kind of maintain your the same elevation that you initiate the roll / dive on. So it just looks really bad. Because they didn't modify rolls to actually accommodate slopes, I guess. Roars a little more than I would like. There's a lot more unavoidable comboing in this game than in Rise. Where you just can't avoid getting hit, and then hit, and then hit. I really hate this particular zone on this map. The slopes are really detrimental. Like, the slopes really don't help with seeing what's about to happen. Do something. I love when they just do nothing and then leave. Yeah, I think Barroth attitude is how I would put it in this game is more annoying than Rise. That turn doesn't ever feel right. Because they maintain so much momentum on those. Like, no Olympic sprinter. I hate this game. No Olympic sprinter is going to start their sprint 45 degrees to the right from the direction they're going to sprint. There's a reason for that. It would negatively impact the speed of the charge or run in the case of a sprinter. Like, I mean, I understand why from a gameplay perspective, it turning instead of just being a straight line makes sense. But, oh, didn't get zoned. Good. Can't hit anything. I'm gonna choose to blame the slopes. Barroth is not the best mount. I think it's fairly consistent. On being dangerous and very aggressive. Also, like, the charges, when they don't have time to build up speed, should probably do less damage. Because, like, a 3-inch punch is never going to hit as hard as a punch that has time to actually wind up and build up speed. It can still hit hard, obviously. The relative impact should be different between a no time to speed up charge. It would probably be pretty simple too. Just like make the damage of charges some sort of factor of the speed it is moving at the time of impact. And then implement slow as a weapon status, and it will reduce the damage of charges. That totally wouldn't be incredibly obnoxious. Is it eating bugs? There's nothing wrong with eating bugs. I'm not sure if it's eating bugs or if it's eating plants. I got all the muck off. That's good. I almost interrupted it, but then I missed every single attack. Yeah, I think charges being a factor of distance traveled or speed would be kind of nice. It might be. But it always seems like the initial impact is higher than it probably should be. Obviously, these are giant monsters running into people. But these are also hunters that can wield incredibly heavy armor and incredibly heavy weapons and fall from impossible heights, so I hate this game. I hit it 0 times and it's already left the zone. It could have just gone directly from 6 to 1, but it didn't because this game only lets specific paths be followed. It's just... It's one thing that definitely is better. Okay, that's garbage. I don't think that turning radius makes sense. Again, from a, like, how hard it impacts, how fast it moves, I don't think it makes sense that it would be able to maintain that speed at that tight of a corner. It wasn't even a super tight corner, but... Yeah, one thing that Sunbreak, for sure, Rise in general, did better than this, is monsters switching zones. There's a lot less 6 to 2, 10 seconds later, 2 to 1. There's less 7 to 3, 2 hits, 3 to 7, 2 hits, 7 to 3. There's a lot less of that in later games. I think World is better than Generations for that, but worse than Rise, is my memory. Subjective, very subjective. But it's all just kind of silly. I think Barroth can turn too quickly at speed. And it's not a matter of it's too dangerous, it's a matter of expectations. Another form of crown. I don't know if that's the biggest crown or if it's just a crown. But it is a crown. So, yep. Those could have been key quests, but they were not the only ones. What does he have to give me? Trade ticket, okay. Bunch of toadstools. I hate this. This has been improved to such an incredible degree. Like, having to manually do this is such a terrible mechanic. I probably still have them in the catnap. So I can now make a few max potions. I definitely need to level these up more to get more enthusiasm. I don't know if it's what level it is. It might be 20, it might be 25. That gives 5 enthusiasm. Oh. I'm not wasting a big if it's not going to increase the star, but... Shoot, I wasted one there. Ah, but I didn't get the... I got the points back, but I didn't get the Lagny Apple back. Good to know. I didn't mean to use the Lagny Apple there. So now, in theory... Oh, you can use the provision division from here. That helps a little. It's still not worth the time, but outside of specific hunts. So, mega nutrients. So, I can craft mega nutrients, I can craft max potions. Nutrients are god bug, blue mushroom. Megas just need honey. Maxes add dragon toadstools. Those are what I'm grinding via the trader. That's an ancient potion. I don't know what this one is. Catalyst. That's useful. Dash and well done steak gives mega dash. Probably pretty good. Catalyst and rare steak. Ah. Just messing with this for a second. It's just, you drink an immunizer, you get regen. Pale extract demon drug makes mega demon drug. Catalyst might seed makes normal demon drug. Mega demon drug. What's this? Ah. And then these are the same things but defense. Surprised hot drinks are bitter. Those are the bait foods. Bitter bomb casing. Deodorant. Does that make sense? Bitter? Maybe. Seems weird. I would have never guessed deodorant from bitter bug. But I guess I have more quests still. I guess I'll do one more today. Very quick. I was gonna stop. But I'll do the Arzuros. It should be quick enough. I basically just decided there's a chance that the Arzuros is a key quest. It should also be quick enough to not worry. Ruined Pinnacle. No, I don't need the map. Even with the map, I won't know where to find it, so. I mean, maybe any Ruined Pinnacle quests have a higher chance of being key quests. I hate this start location. I think it's bad. Guess I can see what's over this way. I don't know what this path is. Oh, it's a cliff climb. Always the best. Oh, I always need to pick up burnt husks. Value. More burned husks. I don't know. To me, this makes it feel like it's like even more likely that this is a key quest, which it could be completely wrong, and it probably is. There's no reason to believe that, hey, just because there's a comet in the sky on this quest, it's a key quest, but low tier monsters, very fun. Ooh, that's not really what I wanted to do. I'm just bad at the angles. Get me to the other side, thank you. Got the reload, that's all that matters. My current hope is that the Arzuros will die without having to switch zones. That was doomed. I mean, I messed up on the timing to re-engage, but that was doomed from the start. Any monster that instantly goes attack into attack without a single with barely a moment of break, right off the bat is always a doomed mount. I mean, I need to pay more attention to the camera, because that's the only indication there that I should have been just holding the defend button. Like nothing else. By the time the gauge turned or switched off of green, it was already too late. This Arzuros is doing the worst combo right now. Just constant charging. I had the button pressed down even before it turned red there. That's frustrating. That's actually, I think, on my controller's fault, not the game. Or the controller's fault. Good. Very squishy monster. Just like I hoped. This better be a key quest, and better get an urgent right now. Again, that's not a 6-meter long bear. Not a key quest. Doesn't surprise me. I was just hoping. Could have been a key quest, I guess, still, but not the last key quest. I'll stop here for today. If any of the harvest tours are key quests, that is ridiculous. Desert. I guess some of the desert quests could be key, because the desert's a new area. If Fashion Victim is a key quest, that's crazy. March of the Genprey is from a biologist, that's a maybe. All these are possible. I think I might... Okay. Before next time, I will have done some... For the next video, I will have done... I'm mostly going to focus on the hub. The 2-star, I haven't done much of. There's a lot to go through, so I'm probably not... Why are there 50 Banahabra quests? Like, it's gonna take longer than a Kirin. That's gonna take longer than 2 Kirin quests. Like, unless they actually put like 10 Banahabras per zone, that's gonna be awful. And they might. If they did, I respect that. I'm gonna try to clear some of the hub quests. Because none of these are new. These are all duplicate monsters that I've already hunted before. Yeah, they're all just the same. They have more HP, but that's not really that interesting. So, I probably won't clear all the hub quests. If I get tired of the hub quests, I might clear some of the village quests. Like, get rid of gathering quests, get those done, is what I might do. But it will probably just be hub quests will be finished before finished. Some of them will be finished before next time. At which point, next time we'll be continuing the village. Once I get to hub 3-star, which will be a little bit away, there will be a new monster for that urgent. And that I will have to definitely not do separately. But yeah, that's where I'll stop for today. I'll make progress. So have a nice day. Bye-bye.